What it do, my dudes? It is your boy Joe for Sank, guys, coming back at you with another video, and today you guys are going to be watching Superior Call of Duty Blackout Beta on the PlayStation 4. It is only out on PlayStation 4. Today I just want to talk about my initial impressions of the Battle Royale mode for Call of Duty Black Ops 4, which is called Blackout. I have played it for like a day or so, or at least a good amount of time. I played it like all day yesterday when it came out. But yeah, there are just a couple things in this beta that I want to talk about, and like I said, give you guys my first impressions on it. Starting off, is the beta fun? Do I enjoy it? Yes, I do. It is pretty fun just because it has that normal Call of Duty feel that we're all used to with multiple Call of Duty games like Black Ops 3. If you guys are a fan of the Black Ops series, this is going to be probably a fun thing for you if you guys like the feel of Black Ops 3, because this game definitely does feel like Black Ops 3.5, at least in my opinion. But the Blackout mode is pretty darn fun, if I do say so myself, just because, like I said, it has the Call of Duty feel. It has the Call of Duty like weapons, just the whole vibe that you're rocking with is basically like a giant free-for-all match. That's kind of what it is. It's not like you're getting anything necessarily different besides the vehicles, you know, and the perks and all that. Everything's not entirely the same because they don't want you, you know, walking around with 10 different perks. I mean, you technically can in a way. I'll get to that in a moment, but the beta itself, I honestly personally enjoy it. I do think I am going to be playing it more than the multiplayer, but then again, we'll have to wait and see when the full game releases, because I do like the multiplayer of this game, but I just feel like Blackout would just be generally more fun just to play, just because it adds something different and new to Call of Duty that we haven't seen before. But with that being said, even though I do like it, there are some things in there that I would like to change, and I'll talk to you guys about that later in this video. Big guys, starting off with things that I like about the beta or about the Blackout mode is that it does have that generic Call of Duty feel that I've always liked from Call of Duty. That's why I kind of played, just because of the feel of it, you know, the FPS, the whole first person, like it's so buttery smooth and it transfers over well into Battle Royale. Another thing that I like is that the map is not too big. It fits with the multiplayer, because at the moment I think they only have like 80 to 90 characters or people available in a lobby. I do think they are going to bump it up to 100 when the game actually releases, but for right now in the beta it is only 80 to 90 because it was originally at 80 yesterday, but I think they did an update that made it closer to 90. So I do think they're aiming for that 100 spot, but for right now, the 80 players or so for the map, honestly, because of the storm, it moves so quickly. There's not a really lot of downtime unless you land in like a very outskirts part of the map. But like I said, the storm does move in really quickly. Like you have to drop down, and already like a minute into it, the storm is already coming your way. So it's like you have to get things going, get things quick, and that's something that I really enjoy, because Call of Duty is all about that fast-paced action, that, you know, keep going, don't stop type of action, and the Battle Royale portrays that perfectly, at least in my opinion. Like I said, there are rarely any downtimes. You're always going to find someone, always going to run into something, or always running away from the storm. This map is relatively smaller than maps like PUBG or Fortnite, but it is the biggest map we've had for any Call of Duty game ever, because, you know, it's Battle Royale, you need to fit a lot of players on it. And so that's one thing that I like as well, is that there's not really that much downtime with it. You're always in the action, at least for most games. Some games you will get a slow game, but hey, that's just what happens when you play Battle Royale. But another thing that I also like in relation to the map is that some of the map are maps from previous games. Like they have Raid, they have Nuketown, they have some Black Ops 3 maps. I think one is Stronghold, I know that's in here. They have a Raid from Black Ops 1. They have a couple of things from Black Ops 2. I think Transit, the zombies map. They have the train map from Black Ops 2. I can't remember. It's called like Metro, I think. I'm not entirely too sure, but they do have a couple of maps from Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1, and Black Ops 3 into this map, and they're all kind of like spaced out, and they have the base map, but then they also added more around it, to where it's not just like the map taken from its respective game and put into here. They actually built around it. It's kind of like the outskirts of what that map is, like the out of bounds of like Raid. They kind of made that bigger and made that into a playable area, which is pretty cool. So I like how they incorporated that into this map. So kudos to them. One thing I hope on the topic of maps is that if they do release another map, like how they're doing with PUBG, where they have like multiple maps, if they do something like that, if they do the same thing with more maps in the game, because they do have plenty of maps to choose from. They can choose from Black Ops 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then they also have the zombies maps from all of those games, so they can incorporate a lot of different maps into a new map, so they can make it different. You know, they can maybe add maybe a snow map or a deserty map, you know, something like that, or an open plains map. I think they have plenty of maps to choose from for making any new maps that they may plan on making in the future of this game's life cycle. Another thing that I like are the guns. The guns seem relatively balanced for the most part. I think there are some stronger guns, but then again, that's always what you're going to get. There are no rarity guns in this game. There are some more rare guns that you could pick up, like they have the ray gun in here, they have the MP40, and they have a zombie gun. I'm not entirely too sure what it is. I think it's like an LMG maybe. I can't remember the name exactly, but there are rare guns in this game, but there are no common or rares or legendary weapons in here like Fortnite, which is good because I wouldn't really want that. Just give me a gun. If it's an assault rifle, submachine gun, shotgun, pistol, LMG, boom, you can pick it up, and most of the guns feel balanced, just like how they feel balanced in a regular multiplayer game. Like I said, there are a couple of guns that outshine others, or just some guns that are just stronger than others just because it's an assault rifle and you're on a bigger map, you need some long range capabilities. Some SMGs don't really cut it, but then again, when you're in the close quarters, like maybe end of the match, you can pop an SMG out and you could probably win the gunfight if you have good aim and accuracy. But on the topic of gunfights, one thing that I don't necessarily like in this game is the armor system, just because they have level 1, 2, and 3 armor. The level 1 is fine, the level 2 is okay, but the level 3 is where a lot of people are having kind of issues with, because it takes so many shots to kill somebody when they have a level 3 armor on. It's like literally ridiculous. It's almost like they have double the health. I don't know how much health they have because I don't know if I've picked up any level 3 armor, maybe once, I'm not entirely too sure, but when somebody has it, you have to put in at least like 2 clips into their body just to even get their armor away. That obviously that's an exaggeration, but you guys get my gist. If you guys ever shot at somebody with a level 3 armor, I feel like there are so many hit points they have to get through before you actually start doing damage, which is very, very annoying. Hopefully they tune that for when the game actually releases or during the beta, because they definitely have to fix something with that, because level 3 armor is just absolutely ridiculous. Other than the armor, there are a couple of other things that I don't like. One thing is kind of like the looting system, not necessarily picking up items. It is kind of slow and sluggish, but it's not necessarily bad, but it's just like the whole UI, like the whole interface for the looting system is just a little bit wonky, just because it is on console. Just because most battle royale games are on PC, it's easy to drag and drop and to move things around, but for console it's a little bit wonky. I'm kind of hoping they tune that just a little bit. Like I said, it doesn't really need much work, but it just needs some refinement, just so they can make it a little bit easier just for players to get their weapon and choose what they want on it, etc, etc. Maybe on PC it'll be a little bit different, I'm not entirely too sure. But yeah, but the looting system, okay, nothing really wrong with it. Like I said, just some things are a little bit slow, like picking up items. You kind of have to sit there, look at it, hold it, and then pick it up and then store it out in your inventory. You can't really like manage your inventory. That's also another thing that's really annoying. You can't really put like the mech hits on the top and the perks on the bottom, or the equipment on one side. You can't, everything kind of just goes into your inventory when you pick it up. So like I said, there are just a couple of things here and there that they could fix to make it just a little bit more easier and a little bit more better for the overall experience for the players. One thing that I don't necessarily like is kind of like the hit points. Sometimes it's a little bit off, sometimes it's a little bit wonky to where my shot doesn't really connect, and it kind of gets annoying because you need the shots to connect. When somebody has armor, you kind of need as many hit points as possible, and that could just be on my part, like my accuracy could just be terrible. I'm not entirely too sure, but I know sometimes it feels like my shots aren't connecting in any way, and then I get shot like randomly or something like that. But like my overall experience of this beta, it's fun, it's good, I enjoy it. They could fix a couple things, could make a couple things better. So I had a lot of fun playing with duos. I don't usually play like squads or like solo duos where you're kind of just playing with a random person or anything like that, or just playing randoms. I don't really do that for games like Fortnite or PUBG, but since I'm kind of used to the feel of Call of Duty, I don't mind playing solos or random duos or random squads, because I feel like I won't necessarily have a problem, because I do feel that there are generally good people that play Call of Duty, and if you play Call of Duty, you're basically gonna be good at this game. If you're in terms of like accuracy and gun skill and things like that, if you play it a lot, this is gonna be easy for you. The only thing is that the inventory system and whatnot will probably catch you off guard a little bit if you're new, but I do think if you're generally good at Call of Duty, you'll be generally good at this game as well. So I can play solos, duos, or squads and still have fun, as if I'm playing with like a friend or anything like that. So I enjoy that. Like I said, game's fun. You guys should definitely try it out if you guys have a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox or a PC when they come out as well. But one question that I want to ask you guys, and that I'm going to answer myself, is whether or not Call of Duty has a chance to outshine Fortnite. For me personally, I honestly don't think it's going to outshine Fortnite in any way, just because Fortnite is such a very, very, very popular game at the moment. And I don't see Call of Duty like outshining it or taking its place in any way, shape, or form because it is just so big right now. A lot of people are still playing it. I do think this game is going to outshine PUBG just because that kind of fell off the radar just a little bit. I know it's still very popular, but I do think that this has a place to at least get up there with one of the better battle royale games, just because it is Call of Duty and just because it does have the money and resources to make the game as good as possible. Like I said, we'll just have to wait and see till the full game releases. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna end it there. I just want to give you guys my first impressions on the game. I'm definitely gonna be playing more of it because the beta does last a week. It's gonna end next Monday, so definitely get your hands on it. I don't know if the beta for Xbox and PC is gonna start that following week. We'll just have to wait and see when they do because, like I said, I don't know any information on that. All I know is that the beta for PlayStation lasts a week. I'm going to be playing the hell out of it. But guys, I'm gonna end it there. If you guys enjoyed this one, see some more Blackout beta, let me know in the comments down below. Also, let me know if you guys got your hands on it. What do you guys think about the beta and whether or not it's gonna outshine Fortnite in any way whatsoever? Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. But this has been your boy Joe Forsake, guys. I'll catch you in the next video, and remember, stay joyful and game on.
That grappling gun is like clutch. Honestly, I think I might equip it.
Be advised. Further collapse expected. Relocate to safe zone.
Yep. Rooftop, huh? Ooh. No! No! Oh! You really did it to them! They was just in there cooling, bruh.
Sit rep. Circle collapse imminent. Get to safety.
Yeah, I'm equipping that fucking grappling hook. Fuck all that. Should've been recording that, dude. Oh! OG spot, OG spot. G fucking G, dude.
Net call. Supply drop incoming. Further collapse expected. Travel to indicated safe zone.